Hi, and welcome to our January 2024 release. This release features a much more powerful integration with ChatGPT. And in this video, you will learn how to activate it and how to use it. Okay, for starters, head over to Knowledge, go to Settings, and make sure that GPT for AI Answers is active. Here in the dropdown, you might also select a model of your choice. So for example, the Azure models are hosted in Europe, while the OpenAI models are hosted in the US. Now, make sure to carefully pick between GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, because GPT-4, of course, it's more powerful, but it's also 10 times the cost. So you might try GPT 3.5 first and see if it works for you. Also make sure that you have added some sources here. So the sources are the knowledge base for GPT. And you can add URLs. So your website, for example, you see I added the LoyJoy.com website, and I also added one side of our documentation, which explains the Salesforce integration. I'm going to use that in a minute. You can also upload files now. So for example, if you have some PDF, some Word documents, basically any file that contains text, you can upload it here as a source as well. Also make sure to take a look into the sources, and here you see that you can inspect the content. So for example, of this Salesforce page, you see that it worked, and I have the text from the website here as these so-called chunks. The chunks are the basis for GPT to generate its answers. All right, let's head over to experiences. And another new feature is that now you manage GPT in every experience. So you can have a different selection of your sources, for example, in each experience. So let's see how it works. I go into this experience. It's a very simple one. And you will notice there are some new modules already. So the GPT Gateway, for example, and also here 4 new modules, but you don't need to manually add these. Just head over to Knowledge, make sure the input field is active, and then you see the button Activate GPT. Now it's active and I can manage it. You see this created also a process flow, and it has several steps. So the first step is every user inquiry will go into the GPT gateway. And the GPT gateway will automatically decide, is this a question that requires to look into your knowledge database, so into your sources, then it will go into this branch. Is it a follow-up question? Then it will first go into this branch to generate a follow-up question, and then head over to knowledge to make the lookup in your sources. But maybe it's just small talk that your customer enters, then it will just use the small talk module, and it will not take a look into your database or your knowledge base because it's just not necessary. All right, so it's very important to go into the GPT knowledge module and to make sure you configured it to your needs. It's especially important to take a look at the system message because this tells the AI how it should behave and what its basic rules are. So make sure to check if everything's as you like, and you can also on this little pen here to edit this placeholder. Now, for example, you see it starts with, I want you to act as an AI assistant. So in this case, the least you can do is to say, I want you to act an AI assistant for the LoyJoy platform. Yeah, because I added our website as a source, so this might be a chatbot for the LoyJoy platform. All right, let's give it a try. And I can ask it now, for example, about the Salesforce integration. So does LoyJoy offer a Salesforce integration? Yes, it does. And you see, for example, as one of the sources is our Salesforce Service Cloud module. So this is the page of our documentation that I added. So it automatically finds the source and it generates an answer based on one or several of your sources. So that's it basically. Please